Let me introduce myself. My name is Praveen Rajpal, and I am the founder of Innovation Next, which is basically an edtech company into the higher education. And we are helping the institutions here in India and also globally. Basically, primarily, I would say in India, because there is a great need for the new innovation and startup policy, the new education policy, and ARIA, and which talks about, as I said, democratization of the innovation. See, the main challenges of the higher education institutions today is disruption from the massive open online courses. You know, so unless we have something better to offer to them, the students are really going to be not joining the institutions. Degrees are given by many of these online programs today. The biggest challenge, of course, is also the compliance with the new education policy and the new innovation and startup policy. It says that you have to democratize, but where are the professors? I mean, if there is only one professor in an institution to look after innovation and there are 600 students, it puts a great pressure. It is very difficult for you to provide the training and development programs to so many students, and tomorrow they will become 1,000, tomorrow 2,000. So that is a big challenge. The third is a disconnected innovation ecosystem. This is the biggest challenge, actually. There is a lack of the industry and the academia co-innovation. The whole world has changed. The whole world is, looking for innovative ideas. The biggest of the MNC companies today, they're scouting for ideas, innovations, technologies, and startups. However, universities don't know about it. So we have connected the global innovation ecosystem where your students can partner with these organizations for the scale up, because that is very, very important for them. So these are some very big challenges. And of course, the rising unemployment, because the industry is not looking for conventional qualification. They are also looking for students who are solutionists. So whether or not they are innovating is not important. Are we able to develop the innovative mindsets? So those mindsets are very important. Last but not the least is 90% of the startups failure rate because of the absence of either the breakthroughs or the funding or whatever it is. So we provide the EdTech solutions in innovation and startup to the education institutions, which consists of various tools, which I'm going to be showing you, 3D idea generators, the guided mind maps from idea to scale up journey. There are guided mind maps, which you will see that, which will guide the students on every step, how to take the, the whole project from an ideation stage or from an evolutionary stage to the revolutionary stage, to the scale-up stage. We provide the World Innovation Network, which enables them to connect with the ecosystem. And of course, the assessment tools, which enables them to assess and make the improvements. The biggest development that we have done is the World Innovation Network. You can see the ecosystem of an innovation consists of broadly two categories of people. One is the innovation seekers, and the other is the innovation providers. The seekers are the government, companies, R&D centers, VCs in the countries. The providers are universities, startups, students and professionals. Now, unless these two are connected, we can never have the scale up of any innovation in the world, because the students have the ideas and the passion and the energy, while the companies have the muscle power. They have the financial muscle, they have the management experience. So when the I would say the fresh ideas of these youngsters, they match the experience and the management experience of the organizations, only then the scale ups happen. And this is precisely what the most developed nations have done with the mature innovation ecosystems, whether it is Finland or Switzerland or Germany or Denmark or Netherlands. You pick up the list of the most innovative countries and you will find that, or Japan, they work hand in hand with the industry. However, India is the only place where I see that we still are working in an isolated innovation ecosystem. So this platform that we have developed is going to be extremely useful for your students, for your professors, to innovate for the industry. You'll be surprised to know that, ever since we have introduced this platform, nobody is innovating in isolation now. Everybody is working for some company or the other. So you have seen the evolution, of how things evolve. Uh, the telephone from, a typical telephone only for voice, today, it has become a bank, right? I mean, it has become a doctor. It's become a map for you. But what next? So Innovation Next is a company which has actually transformed the evolution of a smartphone into an incubator in your hands. So if you do not have, the incubation facility, or let us say that, a student wants an incubator right on his phone, it's available to him. Similarly, this is also an accelerator, because once he has created an idea for the startup, he can easily accelerate and scale up his business by collaborating with the companies. So these are the two very big things that we have created, and we bring it a revolution. And as I already told you, I don't have to repeat this. You know what NISP is, what is NEP, and ARIA, which is talking about tangible results, the startups that you have established, the innovations that you have developed, the collaborations that you have made with the industry. These are going to be your, the measures on which ARIA is going to be measuring you. So this is a very important development. Our customers include some of the best institutions in India, which includes the lovely Professional University, which is the largest. It includes Sharda University, XIMB, the North Cap in Gurgaon, Modi University, and the Greater Noida, everybody, VIT, so on and so forth. So this is, of course, corporates are also there. So this is basically a brief presentation on, what Innovation Next is all about. I would now like to take you to some of our tools, which is very important. And these tools are basically the tools which are, in the area of innovation, and the mind maps, for example, So this particular mind map, we conventionally, you will find that the mind maps have to be created. But in our case, the mind maps are already given as a direction to the student. Because the new student, he doesn't know how to create this is, let us say, he wants to start something for innovation, and then gradually move to startup. But before that, how will he start? The mind map on your screen, everything starts from a human-centered design. And so these mind maps, you can actually, see that, you can expand them, you can contract them. So the principles, the basic principles of the human-centered design are given here. And this can be expanded. So if I expand this, it says that I have to discover the needs of people, the needs, the opportunities which are there, the problems they are facing. And it is very important I can expand them so the students know, so what should I observe in people? I mean, the age factor, for example, are you creating a product for an infant or for a teenager or for an adult or an adolescent? What is the gender, right? The culture. You have seen how the Chinese studied the culture and supplied the Ganesha and the Lakshmi idols to us, like nobody else did in the world. So innovation is not a rocket science. You must know what the customer wants. So this people analysis, the demography, the location, the profession, what is the need of a taxi driver today, right? The level of the income group. I mean, which income groups, let us say he wants to do something on housing. So are you resolving a problem of the low income group people, the middle one, or do you want the housing for the super rich people or a villa, right? So the industry vertical. This is how the students, if he wants to write anything over here, he can go for a subtopic. The moment he writes a subtopic, he can say, I want to do something for the infants or the children, right? So he can write here that this is what he wants to do. Or let us say he wants to do something for the children, right? So he can just simply write and find out. I mean, let us say he wants to do something for the girls, right? He can simply write on over here and go so on and so forth. So this discovery of need is one of the most important things in human-centered design. You know, and then the problems that people are facing. But how do you find out what the problems are? So by observing their lifestyle, by their working style, play style, etc. Uh, Gillette, they observed that people in India used to go to the salons for shaving, and they could not figure out as to why. So when they found out, they said that it is basically because of the fact that people are afraid that they might injure themselves, with the blade, they might cut their cheek. So they came out with the idea of the throwaway Presto razor, which became $1 billion industry. I think the whole idea is to find out, what the needs are, and what are they actually able to articulate. We have to even anticipate at times. We know the whole world is moving towards digital now. So what kind of unarticulated needs are there? Now, they want everything on a mobile phone today. And this is what we anticipated, that the time is going to come when every student will ask for the products on their mobile phones. So the students, they expand this, and then once they have known this first part, they go for defining the challenges. So what are the challenges that they have observed from their needs is that they want to actually resolve. So they will actually go and see what the customer insights are, right? By talking to them, what are the pain points? So if they have observed any pain points, or if they find out the pain points are there, they can actually see that. The foresight, right? So it is extremely important as they keep on expanding, step by step, they move towards creating the product which is needed by the markets. I think this is the very first thing, because we don't have to fit a product to a challenge. We have to find out a product which will actually resolve a challenge. Right now, it is happening in the reverse way. They're first trying to create a solution and then trying to find out whether it fits into a challenge or not. So brainstorming, for example. Now, developing new ideas, how to create solutions. So what are your solutions? We have got a very good product which is called 3D Idea Generator. Now, this is an innovation Rubik's Cube. Once it is the brainstorming part of it, it is very important for us to provide cognitive flexibility. Unfortunately, our education system does not provide you the cognitive flexibility. They are only, into their bookish mode. They're trying to memorize things. But today, if they have to find out a new idea, for this innovation Rubik's Cube gives them a very, very unique methodology of resolving the challenges. And you can shuffle it. And you can copy and paste on your mind map also. So what is something new and simpler that you want to create, right? And of course, you can pick up your marker. You can mark your ideas and keep it as a snapshot and save it next time. So if I say that I want to create something which is new and simpler and floating, how the Japanese have created the floating solar stations. So these kind of ideation methods are going to be very important for them. You can pick up the cursor, shuffle the idea, shuffle these ideas more, right? So how do you create something simpler and cheaper and smarter, right? So these are the ideas which will go on these mind maps. So, and the good part is that this 3D idea generator, this is only on design thinking now, because we are working on a design template. But there are 12 more such idea generators for different needs, for materials, for people, for IT, for industry 4, which they can shuffle and create new juxtapositions, new permutations and combinations of the ideas. Now, this is what an automatic shuffle now, right? Each time you shuffle the cube, you will find that there are new permutations and the combinations which are happening over here. So how do you create the value proposition with by eliminating something which is very expensive? And you can shuffle it further, right? You can shuffle it further and create more new solutions. Anyway, so this is basically the idea generator, and we were on the human-centered design. this is how the ideas will come over here. So you have to actually put your ideas here and, develop the concepts for creating, going to the next steps of creating the prototypes, etc. But we don't just end here. We have to move on. And then the most important mind map that we have is the mind map, the next mind map, which talks about defining the problem, because from there you will get the problem, what exactly the problem is. So once you've defined the problem, right, you can move on the next steps. But a good thing over here is that this is connected with our World Innovation Network platform. Now, the World Innovation Network platform is basically an ecosystem of, thousands of resources. It's a complete innovation ecosystem, for you over there. And I can just show you the innovation ecosystem that we have. So this is basically the World Innovation Network. Now here you can see that it is a network which provides you with the complete information, the resources, right, of funding, of connecting, of finding out the global resources, the challenges that people are facing, various technologies and the solution providers. It is the biggest resource in the world today. So all these channels, basically link on very, very important areas that the student would need the knowledge on. So if they want to know today, from this mind map, let us say we were here on problem resolution, let us say, at this particular mind map. So they can actually go and explore the global challenges on the World Innovation Network. So if I expand this, I can go on the challenges link. There are innovation challenges and there are startup challenges. So they can actually straight away go over here and they're connected on our World Innovation Network, which takes them to the various innovation competitions which are going to happen in 2022 around the world, right? I mean, so what is the Bosch Future Challenge? What is the Hyundai and Kia Motors Challenge, right? What is the BMW Innovation Challenge? The moment you, click over here, you go inside the organization and find out as to what these challenges are. This is very important for the students to know, because unless they know what the challenges are, they cannot come up with the ideas for innovation, right? So the Bosch Future Mobility Challenge is here. The welcome to the challenges. There are great prizes, which is going to be inspiring the students a great deal. And, click here for the competition regulation, meet the teams, so on and forth. And then, the timelines that they provide, etc. or here. Similarly, for the other challenges also, the important thing over here is that the students, they get to know what the challenges are. But if that is not enough, they can actually see the needs of the MNC companies. That is very important. Now, the moment I expand this, you can see here that this opens up to me the needs of all the organizations. So what is the need of the FMCG industry today? Or you talk to me that, you are basically into the automotive industry. Let us say FMCG industry first. They must understand what the companies are needing, right? So the accelerators, there has been such a big rise in the accelerators, who are actually specifying what they need today. So let's understand the need of Procter and Gamble, right? So you see, connect and develop. So forget about the conventional industry and academia, right? You can straight away go here inside Procter and Gamble's innovation pathway or the innovation ecosystem and find out what is Procter and Gamble looking for. That is very important for a student. So we completely reduce your innovation research time. And that is view the current needs. So the student over here can see what are the needs of Procter and Gamble. Personal, family care innovations, beauty and grooming innovations. So all these innovations, if I click over here, they say there are 16 needs. So you can see they're leading sleep technologies and they're leading respiratory technologies, the gum health, and any student having idea can read more and submit his idea to them. This is how they become richer, and this is how the student becomes richer. Because today you cannot do any innovation in the isolation. I think the whole idea that we have over here is that how can we connect the students to the industry which is desperately needing their ideas. So if a student is not happy with FMCG, he might say, okay, I want to explore automotive needs. He can simply click here and understand what are the needs of the complete automotive industries today. So if he goes to the Open Bosch, which is an open innovation platform of Bosch, you see what kind of supports they're providing to the startups. So win-win partnership between Bosch and the startup, and they will give you the areas. So what is in it for the startup? They can sell, today the students can sell the ideas even at a very, very early stage. And they can test, they can learn, they can speed up, network, what is there for Bosch. But the point is, the most important thing is they get a kind of I would say mentorship. They get the platform where they can build their ideas, they get the funding, and they get to scale their ideas, which is, I think, one of the most difficult things for the young students today. Because whatever they do, they will not be in a position to scale the ideas because they do not have this network. They do not have the ability to learn new things, right? And the platform to test and develop their prototypes. So this is a very, very important thing. And these mind maps that we have over here, as I said, it is going to connect you to various industries. So, I mean, I'm not going into the other industries, but every industry is connected so that they can explore the links and start creating the solutions over there. That is the mind map that we have. And then, how do you resolve these challenges? So the 9 types of scientific approaches for resolving the challenges. It is with the analytical thinking, so you can expand. So what is an issue? Why the issue is there? Where is the problem happening? Now you can imagine if you have to do this personal level of training to hundreds of students, it is going to be very difficult. But today's generation is very smart. They want these kind of apps and tools. And then, creative thinking, for example. But what is the meaning of creative thinking? As you see over here, the 5 levels of creative thinking: divergent thinking, convergent thinking, and so on. So this is how they go and expand their mind map. So we tell them to challenge the conventional thinking also. So the design thinking, the principles of design thinking are given here. So would they like to substitute, or would they like to eliminate some parts? Technology thinking. So this mind map, by the time they come over here, they are able to come out with the radical solutions to the challenges. So every student, in your institution will start from a human-centered design, and the problem solving approaches that we have given here connected to the World Innovation Network. That is, I think, a very big solution that we provide. Let us say you want to go for a design innovation because that's your subject, and you want to teach them. So you can actually fold all the sub branches, and again, this link will take you to the design innovations on the web link and design solution providers. But then the principles of design: how do you combine products, processes, and technologies? How do you eliminate the harmful effects, the scarce materials, the expensive parts? How do you adjust within the time or space or money? You want to create, let's say, vertical farms, right? How do you adjust 1 acre for developing, 100 acres of agricultural farm? So these are all very, very important platforms which will give you, which will provide the students an ability to create the new products. I will again go to the automobiles because that is your area, right? Today, if you have to tell them to develop smart automobiles, You have to simply go and tell them to expand over here, right? And if you want to stimulate their imagination, latest technologies in the automotive sector is connected with the World Innovation Network. Every mind map gives them the imagination, so they can see on the World Innovation Network as to what is the future, of the foldable car, for example. If they want to see here, they can simply click this and stimulate their imagination,
for the first time
so
in the
they can
US, more or
see
less the same figure in Europe,
how the
conducted
new
within 15
things
miles radius, and in 85,
are being
VW is
created.
active with adjustment.
So these ideas for design, creating new designs, creating iterations of the new designs are very important. And as we go here, show you the next part of the design thinking is the smart products. It is with the technology providers, because innovation today is all about creating collaborations, right? I may not be knowing everything, but I can stitch a business model to that and get these people out here in India. So if I want to collaborate with Harman Automotive or Waymo or Aptera or any of these companies or Zoox, for example, I can show them the market and the solutions that we are going to create. So these solution providers are extremely important. I can go and I can see what kind of solutions is something that we can connect them with the Indian industries. This is very important for technological development of the minds of the students, not only in startups, not only innovations. Tomorrow, when they join, let's say somebody joins Ashok Leyland, they will be in a position to tell them the kind of solutions which are available with these organizations. I think that is what is the whole purpose of the solution that we are trying to create here for them. And this is going to be opening up the mind like anything. The whole idea we have over here is that innovations today is not only about creating a new application. I think it is also about partnering. Samsung was peanuts in front of Nokia when it comes to innovation, but they were aware that in Silicon Valley, Google is developing an Android platform. That awareness, the Silicon Valley is on your computer today, on your smartphone today. So we have given you every research. So for, let us say, an idea of what is a smart automobile? It will have a smart driving assistance, right? So one example we have shown over here is immobilize the engine for drunken drivers. Because many people are drinking and driving. Why can't a student come with that kind of an idea? Or he might have a different idea, or he might have 2, 3 ideas on this front. Or automated emergency management. We are having cases of electrical cars getting stuck up in on the main roads, but there are no charging stations, right? So can somebody, the example we have given is drone for charging the battery of the EV in the case of the emergency situations. And the student can make direct pitch presentations to the venture capitalist, to the industry. He doesn't have to create a PowerPoint. So right from this, he can actually create this kind of a presentation and say that this is what is an idea that I have, and this is what I'm thinking, which makes it very easy for him to communicate, because many of the students cannot communicate their ideas. So I can go back and then I can work on driver safety systems or an accident assist, right? Or driver overriding systems, which actually prevents me from overtaking, etc., etc. So these are all mind maps which are very, very powerful. And if I want to go ahead, do a competitive analysis, I can go for a breakthrough innovation, I can go have a go-to market strategy. All these mind maps, they enable me to move from an ideation now to the market strategy. And I can simply go and say as to who will be my channel partner. So how can we collaborate with the existing channel partners of the other companies? How can we collaborate with the existing channel partner of similar products? So what is going to be my strategic marketing partner? When they read this, they understand that this is the way that they have to actually proceed. That is very important. The most of the engineering students, as we find them, they're not able to create business models. Even the best of the companies have failed over there, like Tata Motors. They had a great product, It failed because the focus of the market was wrong. And they realized in the 7th year of their operation that it has to go to a village. But by that time, every big company was ready with a small car. So Tata Nano was a big failure. I think it is very important that the students, especially the technology students, they understand the commercial aspects of things. And that is what NEP says. That is why NEP was created, because technology students never knew what the commercial aspects of the things were, and vice versa. So this will bridge that gap, which is so very important in the students today to understand. And it cannot be trained. One-to-one student training is becoming very, very difficult today. That is why, EdTech is one method of resolving all these challenges. Not only this, there are so many other mind maps, sources of funding, for example. Today, it's not just the angel investors or the crowdfunding. Everything is linked over here. If they want to know who are the VC firms in India, they can simply click here and it takes them to the venture capitalist companies in India, right? But as I go here, it is very important for me to find out who are the other companies who are funding. And actually, these are the companies who are the biggest resources, the MNCs and the corporates, right? So I can simply go over here and see, the moment you click here, you find that there are 258 corporate venture companies. There has been a big spur of the CVCs. These companies are eating away the venture capitalists. Venture capitalist behaves like Shylock. He only wants returns. But today, let us say in automotive, you want the money. And if your student has the idea, do you know how many companies are standing in a queue? So I'll just give you an example. Toyota Ventures. They are the first one to buy your pitch deck, to buy your idea. I can just go inside. And there was a time when, you had to physically go and make the presentations. Every pitch presentation today is online. And so you can see as to what are the various funds that they have and what is it that they're looking at. You can view the portfolio. But very interesting thing is that they say that you can submit the pitch over here itself. So it's an online pitching platform. This is the biggest change which has happened. Corporate venturing companies were just confined to 5 or 10, and that was only technology companies. But today, virtually every sector has gone into for funding. And this is where the future of the student startup lies. It is not with the VC. Let me tell you, it is with these corporate venturing firms and the arms. So share your pitch with Toyota. And the moment you say start, they ask you certain questions. So I don't think it is possible. Now, look at the venture space that we have here. Let us say, in this, we were the sources of funds, yes. So when we clicked over here and said corporate venturing companies, so here we are. Now, automotive, it's not just Toyota. Porsche says you submit your pitch deck. So which car company do you want to go? Today, you are the king. Any student with a brilliant idea, and let me tell you one thing, our Indian students are absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant if they are given the right direction, So investing in the founders who dare to build their dreams. And you can see, the portfolio of the companies that these people have created. And they're particularly now looking at the Indian market, because Indian startup market is the 3rd best in the world. And all these companies, they are saying that you please submit your pitch deck. Can you imagine? This is the speed at which your students are going to be working. And that is, I think, a very, very important development that we have created. So these pitching companies that, you see over here are extremely important. You can, go back here and see many more sectors. It's all full. There is no company who is left over here. 25 companies looking for your idea. Look at the healthcare sector. Now, starting from Johnson & Johnson, to Bayer, to CVS Ventures, to Pfizer Ventures, to AstraZeneca to Merck Ventures, every company is there to fund the students with the health tech idea that they have. So there cannot be a better platform than this today. And your students will give FMCG companies, for example, Unilever Ventures, Coca-Cola Ventures. I mean, you pick up a sector and it is available with you. Consumer electronics, robotics. There is not a sector, which has been left out. So if they have an idea which is of interest to Samsung, they can go to Samsung Catalyst Fund. This research that we have done, it reduces your innovation cycle time. And so this is what they say, we are basically the multi-stage venture capital fund which are investing in the startups, in the areas of networking, 5G, automotive, robotics, digital health, and so on. And they say we want to work closely with the brilliant entrepreneurs with disruptive ideas. And that is what I think is very important. So please have a look at this entire thing that we have. It is on your screen. And every sector, so not only the corporate venturing companies, I mean, 258 is the number you can see here, but look at the accelerators. These companies will invest provided, the startup has a little bit matured. But before that, before the maturity of the startup, your startup needs a support from the accelerators. So these accelerators, for example, let us say accelerators in the pharma companies today, right? So it is so important for the students to know that what are the areas in which these companies want me to submit the ideas. So Sanofi, for example, you can check out the needs and then you can submit the idea. What a wonderful, and sir, the best part is these companies are investing so much, not only in creating an open innovation ecosystem, but they're creating a platform where after the idea has passed out certain tests, they have also created their venture arms. So open innovation platform, startup accelerator, and the corporate venturing company are the three platforms some brilliant companies have created. Now check the needs. If you want to check the needs, look at the current need that this company has and what is the next after submission. And they have given you a complete roadmap. So first is to submit the idea. You can view the needs, the pain needs, the nutritional health. Brilliant platforms, absolutely wonderful platforms they have created, right? So it is going to be a very, very interesting thing for, I would say, for all your students. And if they want to really, if your institution really wants to do a very meaningful innovation, I would say that, let us say Unilever. I mean, how will you enter Unilever without knowing them? Simply click here. And can you imagine the whole purpose, the whole challenges in which the waste-free world, positive nutrition, right? It's absolutely wonderful, the way they have given and the way they have, mentioned about these challenges. You can explain, see the background, the whole thing. I would say that this is absolutely, a boom time for any university who wants to innovate in the future. Today, they have got a platform that they can actually use it. Well, I have taken 5 minutes more than what I said, but I think I have been able to give you the whole glimpse, at least in a nutshell. You must have got to know as to, how the whole thing functions. So I think now you can unmute yourself and ask me any kind of questions or ideas or your comments, whatever you have in your mind.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your detailed presentation, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, at the beginning, you said disruption from MOOC.
Yeah.
So, is it disruption is happening in the learning of explaining with the students or what? I couldn't understand that.
Yeah, actually, many of the universities today are facing a very stiff competition from, let's say, Google. They're offering degrees now, right?
Yes, yes.
Even Stanford, or let us say Harvard. And how will you compete with them unless, see, all these platforms are only online learning platforms.
Yes.
But if you adopt the platform that we provide you, no student will go for a degree now.
Yes.
Everybody would try to create at least one patent for his name during the course of his degree program. This, the MOOC platforms are not providing.
Yes.
So you will actually see, you need to have an edge over your competition, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
So what I meant was that, if you can adopt the solutions that we have provided to you, it is going to give you the competitive advantages. But how did you find our overall research?
Sir,
Hello?
yes, sir.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I hope you have liked the overall concept, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is why I have a few questions to ask.
Yes.
So this World Innovation Network, it will be linked to your own tool, mind map. Is it your own tool, sir? Mind
Yeah.
mapping?
You see, I'll tell you, the whole platform is basically a cloud platform. Okay.
Okay.
Now, all these mind maps, if I go and say section number 1 of the World Innovation Network, it says download the tools. Okay. So you can go here, you can see these mind maps here, and this is the download section. You can, download any of the mind map that I've shown you. For example, the problem resolution mind map, I can simply click, and the moment I click on this, the download has started on the left-hand side of my screen.
Yes.
So all the tools, whether it is on a smartphone or a computer, your students can easily download it. And the moment it is downloaded, I can open this and I can start working on it. So all the tools, so this mind map which you have seen has been downloaded right now, right, in front of you. And I can go here and see what are the needs of the industry by clicking over here. So it takes me, it is connected to the World Innovation Network, right? So it takes me over here, and here is where I can find out the corporate venturing needs and the startup needs, the accelerators, and so on and so forth, right? So this is what is the beauty of the whole platform that we have. Similarly, if you want to, so any of the mind maps, technology mind maps, for example, let us say somebody wants to download the mind map, he wants to work on drone technology. He can simply go here and download the drone technology mind map. So every technology which is covered by the AICT, in fact, more than that, we have covered. And they can open it and start working on the drone technology mind map. But the very good thing over here is that this is connected. While we have given them ideas, how will you be creating the industrial application of a drone industry? Oil and gas, mining, warehousing, construction, forestry, banking. He has to simply say that, this is what is my solution. That's it. And 90% of the innovation is done. He has to only apply. And then if he wants to go over here and see what are the various drone technologies that we have given in our technology section, he can see that there are so many applications of the drone technologies, 120. So how is US creating a drone for the purpose of fire brigade? He can see that so that he can get an idea of making an
New York
improvement.
Fire Department to deploy roughly 8 tether images, which are then
This is the beauty of the, the mind map and the connection with the World Innovation Network that we have. So every, section is connected. And similarly, let us say if you want to download the mind map for design innovations, we have seen the design innovations over here, or human-centered design. I can go here, I can download this mind map. So very well-structured platform with very good guidelines are there so that there are least questions in the minds of the students. Now I can open this mind map. It is in front of your screen, and this is what we have discussed. Yeah, your next question. So it is basically one consolidated, I would say one consolidated platform where everything is available to you, right from tools. In the first section, we have all the tools. And in the other sections, we have all the connections, and the resources. For example, we talk about technology and the technology solution providers in section number 5. So if it is AR, VR technology that we are discussing, how AR, VR is being used in, automobile industry. So they can simply go over here and find out how AR, VR is being used in the automobiles. I think unless they see new things, you cannot stimulate their imagination and creativity. And if you want to see AR, VR in retail, right? I think this is the power. But you see, in the case of the mind maps, if they're working on it, there is a mind map on, let us say, AR, VR. I open it. And then if I want to see what is the AR, VR in healthcare or automotive industry, although we have given him applications are safer driving, test driving, predictive analytics, but we are also taking him to the platform in the World Innovation Network, which gives him these solutions, and they can go and see how AR, VR is being deployed in the automotive industry. Right? So you can see here that Maserati is using the technology to provide the real world experience to the people. I think this is a very important thing that the students have to know. So they can go and see here how they can start the engine of the car. And I can stop the engine. The learning experience that we are going to provide is going to be world class. Your university will be able to compete with the best in the world, I can tell you. And it will get the support from the best in the world also.
Yes, sir. Sir, that innovation Rubik's Cube we were talking about for idea
Yes.
generation.
Yes.
So given the problem, will it generate on its own ideas? Is it correct, sir?
Yeah, it will help you in idea generation.
Okay.
Okay, so supposing you are working on any kind of a platform where you want to generate new fusions, this is the platform, the idea generators you can download, and the critical the design innovations that we discussed, or the industry 4 or whatever. There are these 12 kinds of idea generators that we have given. Let us say you want an idea generator for smart technologies. You can see what kind of new combinations is something that you can create. So it is getting downloaded on your screen. You will find it on your smartphone, in the class, in the, wherever you are, you want an ideation, platform for yourself. You can play with it. The best thing is it is actually for playing and having some fun. And I think this is what is very important for the students. It might say protected by your this thing, more information. If you say run anyway, because conventionally all the window files are blocked by the platform, but you can say run anyway. And you can see the idea generator for the industry 4. So how is it that you are going to use the artificial intelligence in agriculture, for example, and shuffle it, or so create more fusions. The more fusions you create, the more innovativeness comes into it. Because at the end of the day, innovation is all about two ideas, putting together the two ideas, right? So that's the whole platform which is in front of you. And this is what is going to make the biggest difference, that you provide them the tools. And then after those tools have been provided, they get to know what are the various technologies, the solution providers. And as I said, the most important thing, the funders, but even more important is that, who are the people who are going to be the challenges? Who are the people who are going to be helping them? So today, if a student is a chemical engineer, he does not know where to go, but he might have a great idea, right? But then there are companies, who are investing in the chemical startups, and they're calling for the ideas at a very early stage from the students. So these kind of companies, are going to provide, what are we looking for, right? So they can simply go and see here as to in the chemical industry, what are the kind of new needs. So these kind of new needs for the advanced food ingredients, for example, the cosmetic solutions. Unless I know these needs, how will I innovate? That is the beauty. So the platform is providing you not with one. There are so many accelerators, who are waiting. Clarion, Dow, DuPont, BASF, ExxonMobil, which is ExxonMobil, which is the world's largest paint company into the chemicals, right? So you have DuPont centers, you have Air Liquide, right? So you mentioned that you have students in the chemical. So the SABIC of Saudi Arabia, and all of them, they're wanting to have the ideas only online. No physical ideas are needed. That is the beauty. So right from Norway to Finland to India to Germany, every company has been covered. So not just accelerators, anybody having an idea in the fashion brands or robotics. So right from Siemens, you look at the websites that they have created, sir. Look at the beauty. The platform they have created for the students to join them. This is our research for the last about 5 years. Hours and hours of research has gone into this to save your time. And this is, I think, going to be a very important, method for you, so that you can easily create the products in future. So that is the power. The Siemens has completed, has got a complete ecosystem of innovation over here for you. The net is little slow, so it is taking some time, because the whole website of Siemens ecosystem, where they're partnering with the universities and with the startups and with the whole world, is very big. So this is what is, I think, the overall idea that we have, that we must connect you with the best companies in the world. ABB Synerly, for example. So university collaboration, how GE is collaborating with you, how Hitachi is collaborating with you, how Festo of Germany is collaborating. And ideas have no racial discrimination. It can be ideas from anywhere. So the whole platform that we have to provide you today is basically one of the world's largest and the most qualitative platform. So
yes, sir, we have understood what we are doing now.
yeah.
And how do we work with these students, sir? Is it through the college, or you will work directly with the students?
No, we will provide, see, it's a very simple process.
Yes.
We provide B2B license. We don't work with the students.
Okay.
We provide the license for 600 students to your university.
Okay.
You will provide the license you will allocate those passwords to everybody.
Okay.
Then we do 2 programs. One is the train the trainer program, which is for the faculty, right?
Yes.
And there is a second program we do for the students. So we completely explain to them as to how do we go, what is the process. It's a very simple thing, sir. Many universities in India are using it. The student, this generation is very smart. If I had this product, when I stopped my job career, let's say about 25 years back, I should have been a billionaire by this time.
Yeah, this generation, they are digital natives, so they can understand better than us.
Yes,
Yes.
I wish that, when you and me were studying, we had this platform, because there are so many people to lift you up. We had to struggle, but I don't want, this will completely end up the struggle of a university, of the student, of everybody, of the industry. And the best part is that if they have this intelligence, even if they're not creating a startup, if they have this intelligence of becoming a conceptualizer by using these mind maps, when they can show this at the time of the job recruitment to their companies, the companies will give them 3-4 times more compensation, because even they don't have this knowledge.
Yes.
So, in many cases where we provided this, they said that the compensation package of the students has become doubled. So what I'm saying is, I am not marketing. I'm only saying one thing: to develop the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in a conventional manner is going to be a Herculean task. Herculean task. It will take you years, but if you provide this, I can tell you in 3 months, you will see the results. That is my assurance to you.
Madam, do you have any questions?
Yes, if you have any questions or any comments or anything, please feel free.
Sir, only one thing.
Yeah.
How will this be useful for students who don't want to start up? Do something with startup or
Very good question. Just for developing their technological skills, their technology intelligence, because this is not only for the startups. See, if you see, about 50% of our World Innovation Network is dedicated to technologies and their applications. So if you see, so how the smart products are being created, or let us say a student wants to know, how in the future, the smart agri-tech solutions are going to be created, irrespective of the fact whether he becomes a, startup in agrotech or not, is not important. But the intelligence, awareness that, today John Deere has got a cotton harvester. His knowledge of the machines, his knowledge of the drone technologies, his knowledge of various technologies is very important. So he knows, let us say, how the smart cities are resolving the challenges, right? How the drones are resolving the challenges, how the robotics of today is different from the robotics of the yesteryears. This is the robo chef. They have created a complete restaurant, So I think it is very important, because the future that we are into right now is very different from the future that we had about 2 years ago. So I would say technology intelligence, developing technology mind, becoming solutionists, innovative minds. That is more important. That is what ARIA says. If you see what ARIA has said here, I think that is the most important thing which ARIA has mentioned, that they want to create the mindset development. That is the first thing. Because unless you have the mindset development, there are no jobs. That is my answer to your question. You must create innovative minds. Bookish minds will not find any jobs.
My second question is, sir.
Yeah.
All these things, as far as I can see, they are in English.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any option for regional languages?
So that you have to translate. We can give you the permission, because I don't know the South Indian language.
Okay.
And to translate that into any kind of a language is not a very difficult task. Supposing I want to translate this particular mind map, let us say, of problem resolution.
Because we have both rural students as well as urban students. Okay,
I got it. I got it.
Mental block of a rural student is the language.
I got
The
it,
hurdle
madam.
is the language.
Yeah. So I think this is the job of the faculty. So I think here,
Okay.
if you want to translate this analytical thinking into your own vernacular language, you can do that. That permission we can provide.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, we cannot do it. Today it is very simple. You have to simply put into Google Translate and then, type this word. Basically, just remove this particular word from here, go to Google Translate and put that word here. Simply paste it. Whether it is Arabic, the same thing, the question also arose in the Arabic country. And they will be translating into the Arabic and, giving it to their local students. You got my point. Simply remove
Yeah.
this. And simply remove it, translate into Google. You have to put somebody on the job and, translate it into your own vernacular language and provide it to the students, no problem. But my suggestion would be, I mean, just a suggestion, I mean, you can take it. It is very important for the students coming from the remote backgrounds also to learn English.
Of course, sir.
Yeah,
We understand that.
because that will be important. But however, in a compelling situation, can.
Some sort of hand holding will be required if we want to just stay with this English language.
I agree, madam.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. I understand that many of them will come from remote, so we can provide that also. I mean, we will give you the permission to translate this, but that will be only applicable to your university.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, how do you find it, madam? How is the overall product?
It's good, sir, but they should have that urge to go and explore. That is the only thing. That is why I asked you, what about students who do not have any plan for startup or entrepreneurship?
You see,
What
the
will be
students,
their,
today's students are very smart, and you know that the road system of education has already got disrupted. There are no jobs. So if they have to, I mean, it will build the inquisitiveness and the interest. That is why we created a Rubik's Cube. That is why we provided them with, videos on the technologies, and we connected that to the innovation competitions where they can win the rewards. It will definitely inspire them. Why not? I think the whole idea over here is how do
so
we...
all the competitions will be linked to this.
Yes. Every mind map is, I mean, linked.
Made in India initiatives, everything of the government.
Everything. Let me show you. I think you have to also see our Indian initiatives over here. I mean, we talked about global MNCs because they have got the accelerators. But if you see section number 6, the Startup India Hackathon is here. The Atal New Challenge is here. The startup challenges are here. The Startup World Cup is here, right? The Tata Innoverse program where the students are given prize money, everything, So this has got the prize money of 5 lakhs. And these are all dynamic websites. I mean, they keep on changing it. They will always remain fresh, right? So I think it is it's a one-stop destination. And if you see the Indian company, section number 10, the accelerated by the Aditya Vikram Birla Group. So how are they thinking of resolving challenges of each of their business units, of Birla Ultratech Cements, of the Aditya Vikram Birla Textiles, of the open innovation challenges, the collaboration that they're having with the startups and the universities, and what is in it for you? We have connected everything that is possible. The GeoNext platform, Maruti, the automobile lab, which is basically, it offers the tech startups the platform for scaling up. So not only the global, but, you can actually see how the Indian companies are soon joining the bandwagon. Motherson Sumi Innovations, all Indians, Innovex by GMR. So we have a complete compilation of the Indian companies as well, where they are providing the support to all the students to learn, to build, to transform, and to co-create. I can tell you one thing, madam. Actually, sometimes we feel that whether they would want to do, I would say the other way around. With the road system, we are killing the creativity and the imagination of the students. Today's generation does not want to read books. They are full of ideas. If only we can, give their ideas a little bit of vent. So I think the whole platform that we have, right from Hindustan Lever to Vedanta, which is an Indian company, the TCS Coin, you can see Vodafone, every company which is supporting them, the public sectors, Wipro, all the PSUs, because of the Startup India initiative, everything is here. All they have to do is simply, log in, that's it, and submit their ideas. Every student of York, you must encourage them that they must try to participate in these challenges, resolve, whether or not they become startups or entrepreneurs, they can at least resolve a challenge. What is the harm? They win the money. And if they don't win the money, they get the experience and the learning. I think we need solutionist mindsets. And that is what is a very important transformation which needs to come.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So agriculture, for example, there are so many accelerators by the agricultural companies, right? So the students' problem is, the students think that, they will create a startup and they will get a VC funding. It is never going to happen. Between the startup phase and reaching to the VC funding, you need the help of the corporate accelerator. And that is what is the platform. And if the VC does not fund you, the corporate venture capital will fund you because it is in their own strategic business interest. They will take the equity. This is the new model. So I hope that, you have got a good idea of this. Has Nitin?
Yes, sir, we have got the idea of what I said, and then we'll convey this to our head of the institute, sir.
Yeah.
And then I think that you can provide details for this pricing and all to his mail ID.
Yeah. The commercials are, the best part is that our commercials are not very high. For the 600 students, our total one-time commercial, lifetime commercial is going to be about 1,000 rupees per student, which means it is going to be total between 5 to 6 lakhs. And that is a one-time investment. You don't have to invest from next year. So this is eligible for them, for all the students, all the years for your institution then. Which is, I think, one of the most affordable. You don't even get to see a movie and a popcorn in a 1,000 rupees.
We have under our trust, we have many more other institutes also.
Yes.
So is it possible to get one license for the entire trust? Because we have 2 engineering colleges and some polytechnics.
So total, how many students you have?
Total, I have to check, sir, because no, it is under the same trust. We have architecture, nursing college, so many colleges, around 18 institutions we have.
So you do one thing. You will let me know. What we will do is we will give you the best deal, so that it is applicable to all your trust institutions.
Okay.
And I can assure you that whatever that number be, it is not going to cross 10 lakhs.
Okay.
If you take for the entire institution, see, I am not for money alone. I want to make a positive impact on the Indian academia.
Yes.
Let me tell you, I don't work for money alone. It's my passion, right? Otherwise, you cannot create such things if it is not passionate.
Yes.
Right? Even today, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and start working on this project, right? So it is only the passion which actually matters. And that is what, and if you see the kind of, let us say, the changes, which have been made over here, if I click over here, you can see that this company has been added on 15th of December. Can you see here?
Yes, yes,
And what is the date today?
yes, same date.
Can you see the updation which has been done?
Yeah,
We are as of today. In fact, I would say we are as of tomorrow
Yes.
because we are one day ahead of US.
yes,
So sometimes they feel, how do you do this? So our research is very, very, powerful. This company, the Suez Group, what is the date? 15th of December.
today's date.
So we keep on adding and we keep on updating. So for your, the entire trust, I will make it 10 lakhs, and only for your institution, I will make it 5 lakhs. And I will tell Nitin to send you the offer.
Okay,
Okay. And tell me
Okay.
one thing, sir, but this is going to be time bound. I mean, how many days? Because many universities, if you don't mind, they take the offer and they keep sitting on it.
Hmm.
Right. So I just want to ask you one very frank question. How many days do you think it will take for you to materialize this?
So that our head of the institute has to talk with our management because our
Okay.
executive director is the deciding authority for
Okay.
these commercials.
Okay.
So he has to talk and then he will let you know.
All right. I will send you the video recording of this. You
Yes.
please share. And then if required, we can even meet next time with other people and with other queries.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Thank you, Madam. Manju,
Okay.
Madam. I wish you a great evening. And thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your valuable time
Thank you,
today.
sir. Thank you. very much.
All the best. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Madam.